Look at that. Like 3 streams in a row. A third different fucking platform. Well, not platform. App. The third application. How trippy this one is. It still says it's going. It was going, then it wasn't going. Now it is going. Let's see how it works. See how it works out. Turn off the phone, mate, because it could be fucked to set it up. Saw a tree. It's a long ass day. A long ass day out to fucking just do it like this, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see how beautiful night outside. Allegedly. Things gonna be opening up here. Welcome, welcome to the land of the free. You're not free right now. None of you are free. I feel for you. Actually, I don't. It's one of my problems. I don't really feel that much empathy. I have checked if I'm a sociopath. I passed the test, so apparently I'm not a sociopath. I'm just just a bastard, I suppose. I looked at someone posted an article in the NME. They're still online, it seems. Talk of no big live events, music events until possibly October 2021. 2021. I was like, I don't care. Done all that shit. I wouldn't like to put it to the position that I'm like, I've reached an age where it's like, oh, I'm too old for that kind of thing. It ain't nothing like that. I love music. I love live music. You know, I like raving and shit. I just don't like the fact that there's shitloads of people there. I'd rather just go listen to music on the beach. I really do. I love music. You know, if the vibe's right, the vibe's right. But fucking people, man, do my nuts. Ogson. Use Ogsons. By the way, I can only check chat off the fucking laptop. This app doesn't do nothing. Are you Australian? You coming with this Australian talk? A drag off that dad? Can I get a drag off that dad? Well, you obviously can't. Come on, my son. I know things in your country cost extortionate amounts of money. There's got to be a legal cigarette trade going on in Australia or something. You people pay too much. I feel for you. You pay too much for everything. All the fun stuff. Too much money for fun stuff. I will say this. It has to be said right now that in terms of coverage of the global pandemic and the beloved People's Republic of China, I think Australian media are like the best right now. They're number one as far as I'm concerned. It's just absolutely glorious. Everything I've seen. I didn't realise Australian news was like that much zero fucks given. For mainstream news, it's just like I mean, the only thing missing from most of the stuff I've seen is just swearing. You know, because I can tell that they want to go, yeah, fucking glass. I've seen him. Much love and respect. So much respect for Australia right now. How they're handling this. God, well, these fucking Chinamen, bloody hell, they're trying to steal all our masks and shit. They're stealing everything. I'll say, I don't care what they feel. I don't care if they're upset about shit. They bloody caused all this bloody shit and they need to bloody pay up. That's what I bloody say. Fuck them. It is just report after report is going, yeah, well, look at these fucking idiots and they're fucking eating their fucking bat soup and their fucking love of pangolins and shit. Fuck them. I say we should ban them all, burn them. Just, I know it's not quite that mental, but it is fucking truly glorious. It's a beautiful thing to see. No, I like our news. It's like going, oh, here's some facts. Here's some facts. Oh, no, there's like, well, look at these bloody twats. Look at these fucking assholes. What they've done. It's like, I say we should sue them for trillions of dollars. These fucking idiots. They fuck them. They're like, fucking, I've had enough of fucking cozying up to these fucking assholes. Oh, so apparently they're all upset. Well, fuck them. Fucking beautiful. Keep it going. Australian news outlets, we salute you for just your balls out, zero fucks given approach to this whole thing. Like, fuck it. Well, people should be like that and just going, do you know what? Fuck you, you know? I'd get a representative from the World Health Organization or from the Chinese government, sit them down in an interview situation on satellite feed and go, do you know what, yeah, fuck you, yeah. Do you know what, fuck you. Shush. Don't even get them on to talk. No, like, there's no talking now. I'm just going to tell you to go fuck yourself, okay? I say, do you accept this? Do you accept this? You accept what I'm saying to you now? To go fuck yourself? Well, I think that's a bit strong. Yeah, it's not strong enough though, is it, mate? Sincerely, on behalf of the nation, go fuck yourself. That's what they should do. That'd be good, proper, honest journalism. And saying, well, the blame doesn't all lie here. Yes, it does. Shush. Are you going to apologise? Now is not the time to be sugarcoating things. Is it really? No, it's definitely not the time. Now's the time to be getting raggo on this shit and be going, yo, I've had enough. Do you know what? I've had a fucking enough. Staring at these four walls. Because of you. Because at the end of it, you've got to face facts. Look, it's all very well everyone pulling together and going outside and clapping into the air and yay, NHS, yay. This is all very well and good, yeah, but there's going to have to come a time when you have to turn your feelings and utilise the anger for something, for something important. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to have to direct that anger. You don't direct it to your own government. You know where it needs to be directed to. And you need them to step up for you and go, right, enough of this fucking bullshit. That's what needs to happen now. People are sick. Well, sick in many ways, but sick and tired, pissed off. It's some fucking next level bullshit. It's just bullshit. Like from word go, it was bullshit. Saving face, preserving the power at all fucking costs. Yeah, ain't having none of that shit. So yeah, you got every right to be getting pretty pissed off. Be pissed off. I mean, direct it in the right, put it in the right direction. Channel that for the greater good. I'd say channel your anger. Don't take it out on someone who don't fucking deserve it. You know what I mean? And don't do anything fucking stupid. Channel it. Reserve it. Feed from it. Many great things I've done in my life is because I've fed off the anger I have towards people. Venom, just venomous shit, just deep down in my soul, and I've just fucking kept it here and just let it burn away, just like a fucking, it's like an engine. I call it the hate engine. That's what you need. You need to stoke up your hate engine. Yeah, and just have that motivate you to do everything you do, even brushing your teeth. Let the anger engine be fueling you. Going, fucking brush your teeth, like you're brushing your teeth until they're mad shining, like you know what I mean. You're cleaning the oven, clean that shit, fucking sparkling, with the hate engine burning inside you. Fucking batty bastard. Just let the hate engine burn, baby. Now is the time. Now's the time. Stand up and be counted, my sons and sonesses. Sons and sonesses. Now's the time to stand up and be counted. But I'm still, I'm still real feeling, all the climate change people fucked off, didn't they? All that's over. Although I haven't been in the UK to experience that, but they have all shut up. And everyone shut up about Brexit, because even when Brexit was done, people hadn't shut up yet, had they? They're still moaning, but they've reasonably, they've half shut up, mostly, so it's fine. It's the gift and the curse, and this is definitely a gift. You know what I mean? But let's not waste any more time. Too much time has been wasted. Too much money's getting lost. It's time to fucking just buckle up, buck a bitch. Get back on that fucking gravy train. Get your straw out and slurp up that gravy. It's time to get back on it, baby. Fuck all this shit. Fucking bullshit. It should just... I don't know what else to say on the fucking matter. What else is there to say? The one thing that you will notice is just the endless speculation. The endless new theories. This is why this is shit, because of the media. It's just... They need to constantly be talking about something that's dying, and this is something that they can just milk and milk and milk and milk. And it's like, you might get reinfected. Now that's the latest scare story. Oh, you might get reinfected, and it'll have everlasting damage on your balls or something. It's like, do you know what? Can you just shut the fuck up? Do you know what I mean? You don't go to a funeral of someone. Say someone was raped and murdered. You go to their funeral. You don't need someone yapping in your ear going, well, it was in both holes. Both holes, violent rape it was. Oh, they used a broken bowl. Do you know what they did inside her mouth? I think, do you know what happens to the vagina when it's been stretched open by a broken bowl? You're like, all right, shut the fuck up. We're mourning here, motherfucker. Like, yeah, well, Do you know the flesh can still feel feelings when it's buried underground? Like, all right, what's wrong with you? Who invited you anyway? Who invited you to this funeral? Like, fuck off. That's what they're like. They've never known how to spread positivity or hope. The only good things the newspapers have ever done, or news outlets have ever done, is a few campaigns. The Daily Mail once did, when they did the campaign for Stephen Lawrence's family and to bring justice for Stephen Lawrence. It was a very surprising thing for them to do. That's when they did something good. And otherwise it's, supermarkets to stop giving people plastic bags. It's like, all right, that's just, what kind of campaign is that? You know what I mean? But on Daily Mail, you got rid of, made people have to pay for plastic bags. Congratulations. Doesn't really atone for all the bullshit. Whatever justice you may have instilled for fucking Stephen Lawrence doesn't really justify the rest of the nonsense that you pop out. It's like just a fear factory. It's just constant. Constant. It's just too much. And it always has been. And even just on that, it's the speculation as well. Like when the Novichok shit went down, you know, the Salisbury shit was Skirple. Who's Skirple? It wasn't Norwegian, I don't know what I'm saying like that. The constant speculation about, well, where every day it was like, oh, well, they could have put it on a door handle, they could have put Novichok on this bench, they could have put it in this food, they may have gone here, it may have done this, it may have been because of this, it might have been this, but it's just constant speculation where it's like, yeah, you don't know anything, or you're not feeding us information or news. It's not really news. News is supposedly information about stuff you need to know, and this is just speculation. It's gossip, basically. It's fucking gossip. You're just spreading gossip. You wonder where conspiracy theories come from. It's because someone's seen something and didn't quite process it properly. It's when, oh, is that what happened? No, it's just what they speculate what happened. When you're supposed to be a trustworthy source, the one thing you don't want to be doing is just constantly just thinking stuff up just because you need people to read about stuff, saying, well, everyone loves reading about this. It's like, how about you fucking just do something about something else? There is still other shit going on, you know. Because they can't take it as well. It's like, everyone's indoors, no one's hardly doing anything. And when they're outdoors, we're going to name them and shame them. It's like, how about you fucking go to ground as well? Hey, I know they can do everything from the safety of their own homes, which is a fucking shame. Kind of goes to show as well, doesn't it? All these, back in the day, news reporters and stuff used to have to go outside and go talk to people and go look at stuff and investigate stuff. And they're still just doing the exact same reporting they were doing before. But you're not an essential key worker. You ain't supposed to be going outside. It just goes to show most of the information you get is just from, I don't know, fucking Twitter or just some crap source. You just sat in your home just making stuff up. That's probably what you've always been doing for fucking years. I'm just going to sit here and make something up. How many people died today? Well, I expect it was all because of this disease. I'll just make it up. Fuck it. You just sat in your house. You should go to ground too. I know just because you can, but because you have digital. It's like, why can't you just fuck off as well? Why is the pub closed and you're still open? We need the pub more than we need your sorry ass. What fucking benefits have you given us? What are you benefiting anybody going? This might ruin the rest of your fucking life. Doomsday. Hey, have you heard? You might be locked in your house until the year 22,000. Do you know what I mean? How scared are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Oh, only an 8. Don't worry, tomorrow you'll be a fucking flat out 10. I'll make sure of it, don't you worry. I've got your best interests at heart. That's all these fucks do, man. Fucking losers. Isn't that a shame that certain industries are in peril? And yet these bullshit clowns still aren't going under. That's what concerns me. How many people might go out of business, and yet they'll still be there. Fucking Jesus Christ. The Guardian, the Daily Mail, they'll all still be there. Who's this BLS Zena? Media is bullshit and journalists lie more than politicians. That's hard to do. It's true. It is just bullshit. And this is the thing, we all knew it was bullshit before, but as soon as we get super scared about something we just believe a lot of people are just believing stuff again that they're reading, going, oh my God, yeah. It's like, yeah, well, you do remember that 80% of what they say is fucking shit anyway, but now, you're terrified. They managed to terrify your ass again. It's like, do not forget how much bullshit just gets spewed out of their face. They're telling you all kinds of things, especially when it comes to certain news outlets, when it's like, one minute salmon's the best thing for you, and then the next week they'll go, oh, chemicals found in salmon that gives you bollock cancer. That's how they operate. You just keep chopping and changing, going, salmon good this week, next week salmon bad. Did you like that? This is good for you. No, now this is bad for you. Some weird data set that we got from some weird experiment in Finland says licking doorknobs can increase your sexual libido by 80%. It says weird study by scientists, no one fucking knows. One, I have those exact same cups as you. Also, if you need some advice or to ask a question regarding medical things, I'm an EMT. That's the BLS in my name. I'm from the States. You're an emergency medical technician. Okay, well, how about, I haven't really got any questions, but you're free to tell me stuff. Tell me things you know. In fact, tell me things that you know that other people should know. If you really are who you say you are. Because you might be a naughty person on the internet you might be one of those Russian robots. Not the sexy ones you can buy online. All of those sexy ones. It's probably going to reach a point now where I don't know, can't go near anybody. Might have to invest in a sex bot at some point, I think. David Sands says hi. Hi. Do you have anything else to say, David? David! Talk, David! Okay, BLS Zena, if you are an emergency medical technician, what do you know about dry, itchy ears? No one have any interest in this topic, but it's the only thing I can ask about. The only thing I'm interested in. What about dry, itchy ears? David Sons, are you a creepy person? On a scale of 1 to flat out panty sniffing, where do you lie in that scale? People need to know. It's important. You a flat out panty sniffer? And so he remains quite quiet. Well, I'll put it to you, David Sands, that you are a panty sniffer. And that's absolutely fine. Although, not a hobby that I'd recommend to most people. No, I can already hear a chicken. What the hell's a chicken? What the hell's a chicken doing cock-a-doodle-doodling at 10:30 at night? That's fucking, it's just, even the animals have gone stupid. I mean, what are you going to do with the animals that fucking lost their minds too? There is no hope for nobody. As of right now, those N95 masks are bullshit. They don't seal, and you can still get stuff past the mask. It's like wearing a condom with the tip cut off. Yeah, it's a thing, but it doesn't do shit. Get a half ask with a rubber seal and some of the particulate filter. Those work very well. Get a half ask. A half mask? A half ask? Or is that a brand? I'm not sure what you're saying. Rub seal and the particular filter. Those work very well. Also ask a dermatologist about eczema. That's a common sign of it. Drink more water and moisturize with eczema specialized over-the-counter moisturizer ointment. See, that's what I thought. That's what I told my doctor. Yeah, my doctor said. He said, I think it's psychosomatic. I was like, what? Even though he looked inside my ears and seen they're all fucked up. And that's British doctors for you. You get what you pay for, which is nothing. Hence, that's what you get. You know. Some eczema specialised. Well, that would be a fun thing to do with the Vietnamese chemist. It was hard enough trying to. What was it? When I asked for vitamin B tablets, she gave me codeine. I was like, not quite. No, what was I asking for? No, I was asking for alcohol rub. Shit, and she gave me codeine. A few years ago, I would have taken the codeine and just, necked it. But I'm a changed person now, so I just turned it down on that. Drink more water. Drink more fucking water. Fucking, that's all I bloody drink. So N95 masks are bullshit. Well, I will say this: that if you're just looking across the world, out here in Asia, or the countries that do have a mask-wearing culture, they're certainly doing a lot better. Anyway, I say a mask is better than no mask. But then again, if you're constantly in contact with diseased people in a hospital, that wouldn't be a good thing. I got a theory that hospitals is where it fucking spreads the most. Like, if you look at all the data from Vietnam, like, most of the cases are in, there's not a lot, but most of the cases are in Hanoi, and the majority of those all stem from this one hospital, where people were going into the canteen and getting it, and people delivering stuff to that canteen were getting it, and people visiting people at the hospital were fucking getting it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you could get a temperature, and then probably just be hot. Get your ass over to the hospital to get checked, and then just catch it there. Like, seriously. Gotta think about it. Like, when we had all the MRSA bullshit in the UK, when people were getting MRSA from the hospital, that was like people forget about this sort of, it wasn't a massive pandemic, but it was a thing that people were dying from MRSA in the hospitals in the UK. So, I mean, you were going into hospital and then being worse off in hospital than you were outside it. That's a thing that happened. Because I remember when that all started, and then after the MRSA shit, a lot of people were praying about going to hospital. And I remember when my sister had her baby, and that's the first time I seen alcohol gel before every door that you opened. And like, I remember straight away just gushing my hands for alcohol gel, just going, yo, shit. I mean, I'm sure the baby's cute, but if there's MRSA up in here, I'm gonna kill that fucking baby. That's a joke, but it was. I remember that, being paranoid about going into hospitals because of MRSA. It's very similar to this, just as in what goes on inside your mind, going, oh my god, I've got to wash my hands and be clean. You know, people are paranoid about going to fucking hospital. And like, there must be 50 cases from that fucking hospital out of 260 cases that are known, that are registered with the government. There's like fucking 50 or 60 of them come from that one hospital. I mean, that's a lot. That's like a fifth. That's enough for me to go, I'll stay at home, thanks. You know, I'll be coughing up the last breath before I fucking go to the hospital. I was like, okay, right, now's the time. Shit, I feel sorry for the cleaners. Cleaners don't get paid enough. I know medical professionals probably don't get paid enough, but I always feel about the cleaners and the janitors at hospitals, because they ain't getting paid piss all. As a former cleaner myself, I can fucking verify that. Like, how protected are the fucking cleaners as well? I don't know. Who's looking out for the cleaners? Are the cleaners okay? Fuck, man. Poor cleaners. I did my dirt. Anyway, I need to look at this. The surgical mask for letting respiratory droplets out of the Yeah, I know about the surgical mask. In the USA, we have a very strict doctor decontamination procedures, as well as proper NPRs, negative pressure rooms. I see. I don't really know how the American healthcare system compares to the UK in terms of quality, because people only ever compare the UK and the USA in terms of one's free, one you pay for. Well, technically neither of them are free, are they? Like, you still pay taxes. Like, there's people out there who think you get stuff for free. Well, you do if you're on benefits, obviously, but you know, nothing is actually for free. Everything is paid for except the air. But technically, you probably tax that too. I mean, they are trying to tax the air, aren't they, with global warming? That's pretty much what they're trying to do, is tax the fucking air you breathe. But in terms of, like, which is, you know, who's got a better healthcare system? Probably America, because, like, you constantly would hear these stories. It'd be about little Jimmy. Little Jimmy's got bone cancer. Oh, poor little Jimmy. Little Jimmy needs to raise £40,000 to be flown to America for a life-saving operation, because he'll get it on the NHS in 10 years and he's only got 4 months to live. That's always been a thing. So maybe America whoops our ass on that one. But not on the education system, from what I've heard. So we win at that. You know, although that's debatable, isn't it? Yeah, so probably have better healthcare, less wait time for specialists. I can see that. I can see the waiting times are better. Just all the stories you hear over the years, just like us constantly people having to go abroad. And there's a specialist in America. It's always the story was there's a specialist in America. I need to go see this specialist in America. You know what I mean? That's why a paid healthcare system, that's why you're going to have specialists in it. Specialists in America are going to be paid better. So if you're a specialist and you're thinking, oh, where should I be right now? Like, you're going to go to America. Like, people who work in the film industry in the UK will, you know, jump at the chance to go to America, even if they hate America. Because we're like, well, I'm going to earn way more money. It just makes sense. There's certain industries you're going to go, yeah, I'll fucking go there. You know, there's not enough private healthcare in the UK to fucking satisfy everybody. Because giving examples, look, just when I've always got problems with my ears. Like, I always had ear blockages. First time I got my ears syringed, it took I couldn't hear out of both ears. They were so blocked. And I tried everywhere, walk-in centres. I even went to the emergency room and they told me to fuck off. Probably quite rightly, but and then eventually I just went private. I phoned up a clinic in Harley Street and they said, yeah, £40. And this is over 10 years ago, so probably a lot more now, but it's like 40 quid. When can you see me? It's like, well, when can you get here? It's like, I don't know, an hour? He's like, yeah, sure, come round. Done. It was just done. You go through the free healthcare system and it's like, yeah, we gotta wait 1 week, you gotta do this, the nurse can see when she could be fucked. And it's like, do you know what, just get your wallet out and then shit gets done. Because I can barely do tax forms and lease agreements, but I'm sure glad I know the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Hey, barely do a tax form and lease agreements. Do you know my suggestion about tax forms? I just don't do them. Yeah. It's kind of good. I was there already with my fucking tax forms. Well, technically I don't pay tax, but I speak with the tax office about my status, and then all this happened, and they said, we're writing it off for like 4 months or something. I was like, I was all prepared for it and everything. First time in my life, I was going to do the right thing. And then they said, yeah, we're mugging it off for a bit. I was like, good. What a beautiful fucking time to be alive, you know what I mean? The only definite thing in life and taxes, unless you're a tax exile like myself, then it's just death. For me, just death. Obviously I pay taxes when I buy stuff. But just buying stuff, innit? Yeah. Just death for me. That's the only sure thing I have. That's one crossed off the list, I suppose, of all the depressing things that can happen. And knowing my luck, I probably won't die. It'll just be some sort of just some mad act of fate where it's like I just won't die. I'll just be a miserable corpse basically that's still alive. That's probably what happened to me. You know what I mean? Just looking at me going, you look real fucked up. I said, yeah, I should be dead, but I just won't die. There is no release for me right now. How's the UK healthcare system on mental health? Probably not very good. I don't know. I know a lot of people who have been sectioned. Maybe it's alright. I don't know. It depends. I mean, it's better than the social services. It's better than foster care, if we're talking about care. I don't know. I don't know how it is on mental health, to be honest with you. You hear a lot of things. I mean, a friend of mine who got sectioned, he was taken care of quite well. But then I know someone else who's been sectioned 3 times, and he's never received proper care because he's still crazy. He's still walking around crazy. You know, they'll just put you away for a bit and then sort of just let you go. That's what happens to some people. To be fair. In order to, if you're going through your, let's say you're going through your general practitioner and you want to get anything done, it's fucking impossible to get the shit that you need. Just even when I had problems with my back, I mean, just to get an appointment with someone who could, like, try and sort my back out, like, was insane. It was an insane procedure. You know, for the longest time, they prescribed me Nurofen. I mean, you don't get prescribed Nurofen, you can just fucking buy it. They say, oh no, but these are the 400 milligram tablets. It's like, alright, so I could just buy the normal shit and just take twice as much. You fucking bellend. And then even to go see the back specialist, it'd be like, you had to call up. And this is just a session of physiotherapy for like 30 minutes or something. But you couldn't book an appointment in advance. You had to call them on a certain day in the morning. And if they were available, then you could go in. And I think it was like a month before I managed to call them at the right time to be able to go in. And then you had to go straight in. Do you know what I mean? So you couldn't even take a day off work. You couldn't say to work, I need a day off on like Thursday because I got to go see a physiotherapist. you'd have to be at work and then go, all right, I've got the appointment now I'm leaving. Here's some drugs, now go away and shoot up a concert. Well, yeah, I mean, there's the thing with America. You're not exactly the whole thing about you being a gun-toting, a gun-loving country is being responsible for that shit is just bullshit, because there's loads of countries out there we can get fucking guns. Maybe not as many. People haven't got as many, but there's plenty of countries where you can get fucking guns, legally. And they just don't have mass shootings like you do. There's something up with that. Now, whether that's something with the mental health care or there's something about society, or maybe it is maybe it's the fact that you do dish out drugs more than other countries do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember being in America years and years ago with my mum and my dad, and when my mum was ill and the medication that we bought straight over the counter, you would need a proper prescription for that shit in the UK. You always hear about, like, in America, stressed mums, like, here, have some Xanax. Yeah, go on, just pump your, have 50 Valium. It's like, what's wrong with you? And I get home from work and I'm just like, I'm like, have a year's worth of fucking Xanax. It does seem like you love to pump drugs into people. I mean, Ritalin, we never really had a culture of giving Ritalin to kids. That was an American thing, but now we sort of taking it on from you to just pump kids full of Ritalin. The fact that 93% of shooters are from fatherless homes. A lot of fathers leave and mental health isn't taken seriously. Is that true? 93% of shooters are from fatherless homes. I need to cooperate this. I've never heard that before. It doesn't surprise me, but what? Of 27 deadliest mass shooters, 26 of them were fatherless. That's what I found. 93% of inmates in federal prison are men. Oh, yeah. I found more than 90% of mass shooters that I have studied since Columbine have a minimal or no father involvement. Yeah, 26 of the top 27 mass shooters are fatherless. That's what that one keeps popping up. Well, I'm getting 90% and 26 out of 27. I mean, 26 out of 27 is pretty fucking high, isn't it? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What? Percentage of mass shooters from broken homes. Oh my God. I'm getting numbers from 70% to 90%, but it still comes up. Of 27 deadliest shooters, 26 of them are fatherless. What? Sorry, I need to keep digging. What the fuck? Yeah, I know about MK Ultra. Yes, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But yeah, straight up. But look, I guess this all does kind of make sense, considering that there's always the talk about so many people in the prisons. I mean, look at the statistics for people in the prison system. That's where the 93% comes from. 93% of inmates in federal jail are men. A huge percentage of people are fatherless. The gun deaths number is skewed because it includes gun suicide. Oh, it would, wouldn't it? Well, of course. I mean, that goes without saying, that one. Of course it does. If you're gonna skew statistics to suit whatever agenda you got, you will include that. Of course you'd include fucking suicides. You know what I mean? Of course. That's the wisest move. If you have yourself a completely anti-firearm, if you want to pump those statistics up and make them fucking juicy, of course, just throw in fucking suicides with the gun. Yeah, because people don't read between the lines like that. Because you can have a report or an article that says the number of gun-related deaths this year and the number of gun-related murders, and some people wouldn't see those as two different things because language, people just manipulated by language like that. That's an unfortunate thing. Gun-related deaths, gun-related murders. And it says, it's all the same. Dirty bastards. Fucking with statistics. This shit goes on all the time. You can manipulate any statistics into whatever you want it to be. You can make crime go up and you can make crime go down in the blink of an eye. They do it all the time. Because some places have lowered their fucking murder rate by not counting, if you get shot but you die of sepsis or something like that, or you die of complications in surgery, or even die from MRSA, they won't count that as a gun murder if it suits the narrative. If you've got too many murders in your fucking jurisdiction or your city or country, then you will find a way to manipulate the statistics to look like, oh no, murder rates are down this year, because you can easily, complications. He died. How did he die? He died from complications. Same with my father died of cancer, but he really died from sepsis. It's the sepsis that killed him. So if you wanted to fuck around with cancer statistics, my father's death would be one of those fucking statistics you could fuck around with to suit whatever you wanted it to be. How did he die? Was it negligence? Was it sepsis? Was it the cancer that killed him? Too much of that shit goes on. This is how they fucking keep people terrified all the time. Ever since I read Machiavelli as a youth, nothing's changed in my view of the fucking world. Nothing has made me see the world any differently in that respect. Fear does last longer than love. Every time. Fear always fucking wins. I guess that's why you get men who are afraid of losing their girlfriends. That's why you get men who are afraid of being on their own. Just turn into horrible bastards to their fucking spouses. Women do it too, of course. If you leave me, I'll kill myself. You're like, oh my god, well, I don't want you to kill yourself. I'm terrified of you killing yourself. I'll stay with you. But it is interesting though that so many people will be from fatherless homes, because that's the thing that people always say. Everyone tries to blame society and they blame education. They say there's too many guns and blah 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 blah. But at the end of it, behind a lot of societal problems, it is fucking absent parents. It always leads back to absent parents. Shit. A lot of girls get into bad relationships because they haven't got a father around. That's a fucking thing. That's a constant thing. You know, girls have become hoes and end up with a really bad life partner. And boys will do what boys do, which is just fight and kill. It's fucking tragic. Especially when they incentivize, like, because they in my country and America, and they incentivize not having a fucking father in the home. They actually incentivized it. Yeah. Your father figure gets taken over by the fucking state. The government's now your father. He pays the bills. Did you serve in the military? No. No, I'm laughing. It's like, no, I never served in the military. I'm not one of these people that's like, bring back national service. And I wouldn't be up for that. I think that maybe they should have a compulsory community service, and that way you can earn gyro or something like that. You know, do your service. When you're young and you're stupid, you can do all this shit that no one else wants to do. Probably be a good system. Yeah, for 2 years you're cleaning up crap, all of you. You're going to be a bin man for 2 years. What? Yes, you are. And once you've been a bin man, then you can have a good job. Well, a job that you would rather do. I'm not saying that like being a bin man is a bad job. Sorry for those of you who don't, you know, a trash collector, a garbage man, whatever. I was a corpsman, medic for Marines. Now I hate the government. I know a few people who were in the military and now are quite anti-government. No surprises there. So you're medic for the Marines. That's some hard shit. I don't imagine that being a fucking barrel of laughs. No offense. Why did you join the military? Why did you sign up in the first place? How old were you? That's the more interesting thing. What was this A to B situation? How did you see your way out of it? Yeah. Like, why? Because out in the UK, they recruit hard. You'd be at the gym. When I used to go sign on to get my fucking get my benefit money. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it, America? Welfare. Get my welfare. Army recruiters are always turning up at the job centre, just going around and going, "Hey, do you want to sort your life out?" Like, what? You want to sort your life out? You should come join the fucking army, son. And they give you a leaflet. You know, they make it all look very nice. You know, it's always someone. Always had a hot chick smiling with a fucking AR-15. Yeah, look quite enticing. I think my main problem with the military is that there's just too many dudes in it. You know what I mean? And the women are probably like a bit dudish too. You know, I don't think it's a good place to score with chicks. Just surrounded, you know, in a barracks, just surrounded by dudes, just doesn't sound like my kind of bag. He was in Iraq and Afghanistan. You see multiple friends die while I was treating them. You were 18 and I wasn't making enough at Wendy's, so your parents wanted me out. Yeah. That's kind of how they get you, isn't it? the army recruitment, they still won't diagnose you with PTSD, so you think you do have PTSD. Well, I mean, you going back to mental health care. I mean, plenty of people you meet on the street. If you talk to homeless people, there's so many people who used to be in the fucking army. It's pretty sickening, to be honest. Because I mean, the way they sell it to you, and there's such a hard recruitment drive, especially in the UK. With and I've done focus groups for army recruitment advertisements. And like that shit is fine tuned. That's fine tuned marketing. Absolutely fine tuned marketing. That's how they get you. It's relentless because they sort of sell you this idea. It's like we'll give you skills. Like, do you want some skills? Because it's like, I'm in the army. You said, I'm a mechanic. I'm a chef. I'm a doctor. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you get set up for life. And it's like, can't sleep for days. And when I do remember every detail of everyone who's died. I knew a guy who was he passed away a couple of years ago. He was an old geezer. He was an old geezer. He died from being too old. But he served out in Northern Ireland, and he said he was always talking about the problems he had. He had PTSD. He said he was constantly just having nightmares because of. He wouldn't go into the details of what happened, but I pretty much gathered that he killed someone, and he just saw that person all the time. That was with him until the day he died. So 40% of homeless are vets. They only make up 34% of the total population of states. %40 of homeless are vets. And they only what? What's 44% of the population? What, veterans? You got that many fucking veterans? What? That's like Israeli level numbers, isn't it? Is it, what the fuck? 34% of the total population. Or is it 3.4%? What is it? What is that percentage? 34% of the total population. See, if you scare me or touch me, I'm not expecting it. I'll throw you to the ground and may beat you. Alright, well, I won't be doing that. Body count. Prefer not to go into numbers, but I don't feel a lot of that. 30% of the population are vets. You got that many? 34? Fucking what? That's a lot of people to be in the fucking army. No wonder you've had so many wars. Got enough bloody people doing it. I mean, yeah, 40% of the homeless. I mean, is that more than people who like fucking just fuck ups and drug addicts? Do you know what I mean? Forty percent is that's a worryingly high number. Surely that's just too much, isn't it? 40% is just too much. Look at all these statistics. All these statistics just make you think, going, right, like where are the priorities at about people? Oh, 7.2. Oh, right. So right, yeah, I was going to say 34% of the country are veterans. It's like shit. There's a lot of army motherfuckers in America. That's like shitloads. 7.2%. So you got 7.2% of the population. 40% of that are on the fucking streets. 34% of that have mental illness. Ah, have you cross-referenced the data to see how many people are on the streets that have mental illness? Because shit, if it's all of them, bruh, that's fucked. If every percentage, you know what I mean? If every percentage of that 34% with mental illness was also on the fucking streets, that's what I call a mental health pandemic. That's what that is. Because I mean, it's bad enough having. I mean, homelessness sends you a bit loopy as it is, but like, if you have that many people on the streets who are trained killers, you know, if you want to like, just all have killed, have mental illnesses. I mean, that's a scary problem. When you think about it, that's quite a fucking problem. That's a scary fucking problem. Do you know what I mean? That's a terrifying statistic. I mean, that's enough to make you go, ooh, shit. Enough for me to go, ooh, shit. That's fucked. This shit is too problematic, isn't it? Fuck. Hold on. It's called semi-multitasking. I mean, at the end of it, when you think about how much money gets pumped into the military, you're talking billions, maybe trillions that's pumped into the military. But people can't be taken care of after they're no fit for, what is it? They're not fit to serve any further purpose, I guess. Which sounds harsh, but like that's kind of the way it is, isn't it? It's like, well, you've done what you're supposed to do now. We have no further need for you no more. Do you know what I mean? Like, just leave people out on the streets with God knows what problems. That's harsh. The US doesn't care about you after you get out. You're like a nut rag, used once when your time's up and then thrown out. That's a very nice metaphor, right? It's mostly the combat vets that end up homeless, not the cooks and stuff. Yeah, I can imagine that. Plus, I don't think you'd be able to have as good a story on the streets if you're like, yeah, I'm a veteran. Oh my, what do you do? I was the cook. I don't think you get enough money for that. Your military spending is just a wang measuring contest with Russia and China. Well, yeah, but one thing I'd say about that, in terms of with China, I'd rather America had a stronger military than China did. That's what helps me sleep at night. Just that one thing. I think the majority of the sensible world would go, yeah, well, at least America's got more than China has. For now. That is awful. And thinking about the homeless problems that you got in America, I mean, there's some real fucked up shit going on in America. The shit that's going on in California, where they found diseases that they thought they were extinct. They found traces of the bubonic plague. Like there's a biological time bomb about to go off in LA. because of shit that they found amongst the homeless population now, because it's so sprawling. I mean, to have a homeless fucking problem like that is pretty incredible. Wish they were just like Australia, stay out of other countries' business unless they're doing something really bad, like genocide. Yeah, Australia being pretty chill over this kind of thing. Yeah, all Australia seems to do military-wise is, I know they sent I don't think I've heard about it. They send troops out to places like East Timor and places like that to do some peacekeeping shit that keeps in trouble. Like, they only really go about their own region. You know what I mean? Which is what America should have done, to be fair. I think as soon as America started stepping outside of their own region, they were like, there's no real need to go into the Middle East. You know, there wasn't really much need for it. Still fucking did it anyway, but at the end of it, I mean, Iraq was just, or is, it was a going out to fight emus. Bang. I remember seeing this thing about the Australian military going out to East Timor, where they've got they've got a civil war type situation going on, but actually a lot of them fight with bows and arrows, like for real. They're fighting wars out there with bows and arrows. There's gangs out there that have bows and arrows, not guns. They sent the Australian police out there, the Australian army are out there sort of peacekeeping, fighting against people who are just launching arrows at them. That's fucking great. It's fucking crazy. Like, in the 21st century, there's people shooting bows and arrows at people. Why the fuck not? Keep it alive, baby. In terms of the Australians, as I started at the beginning of the stream, I think more people need to be like the Australians. So bows and arrows, real man combat. Well, it is. It is. I'd say, you know, think about all the gun deaths that go on in London and have been for like the past 20 years or so. The majority of them committed by, you know, young boys. Well, there probably would be less murders amongst young boys if they didn't have guns. But then with that said, as soon as they made gun charges heavier, they did actually just start stabbing each other again, so maybe that's a load of bullshit. You know, but put a gun in someone's hand and yeah, anyone can become a big man if they can fire a gun. Let them fight, no peacekeeping. If they need to duke it out, let them. It's all part of the process. You know, for developing nations to become a developed nation, they need to go through these kind of to and fro's type situations before things get sorted out. But then it's when innocent people are caught in the crossfire, and that's the problem. I mean, shit, there's some civil wars that have been going on for... the civil war in Burma has been going on for over 60 years. It's the longest running civil war on planet Earth. 60 fucking years. Surely after 60 years you just go, fuck this shit. I mean, how can you keep going for 60 years? I mean, just surely boredom would stop you in the end, wouldn't it? You'd just be like, oh God, I'm really bored with this fucking war we've been having. Surely someone at some point is going to go, yeah, are you done yet? Yeah. Schools should let kids fight in the ring with gloves. Also school shootings and stuff by laying anger out on bullies. Yeah. Something's got to let the aggression out. I think it'd probably be a better idea. Because at the end of it, look, when you interfere too much with kids and their business. Some kids just don't get to grow, and some people need to be bullied a bit. Do you know what I mean? I think that's straight up facts. Some people will, because then it teaches you about boundaries and what's acceptable. But then some people will do fucking throw it about a bit too much. But yeah, conflict, like respecting conflict and allowing conflict to actually happen is probably a way healthier thing than just having someone who hasn't been allowed to let their rage out and is just there, just letting it brood away, brood away, brood away. Like if you look at different cultures as well, if you look at like fucking, I mean, culture across Africa, like that's kind of a short fuse situation where it's just, bam, it just blows up. It's just like, fuck you motherfucker, and then there's just fucking go at it. Because it's too hot to like hold a grudge, I think. That's the bare bones of it. It's like, it's too hot. It's too hot to hold a grudge. You know, you're going to get fiery very quickly. The fuse is short, and then you just fucking row it out, and then you're done. You know, whereas in other cultures, you just sat there brooding away, just fucking in your room, just staring at the wall, just going, dreaming up ways of how you're going to kill everybody that you hate. Just fucking just going to school and unload. Because I think a lot of young people will fantasize about like inflicting a lot of damage on people, you know, as a fantasy. But not everyone carries out these fantasies. Like people will just fantasize about like, oh, how am I gonna fuck my enemies tomorrow? What would I do? I'd pull his fingernails off and I'd make him eat his own dick. Do you know what I mean? But then there's some people who will actually go and carry that fucking shit out. Because you just let the fuse is too long, and it's just too much rage getting built up. Incident after incident after incident, just building and building and building and building and building and building and building until it's like there's just too much shit in here, and it's like, and then they go fucking loopy. I fought a kid that bullied me. We ended up being friends right after that fight. Yeah. I can recall quite a few incidences of getting into rows with people and end up being real friendly with them afterwards. Like just being out raving and shit. I remember just being packed right tight and this raving, this geezer was next to me just and I was like, yo, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, what the fuck? I was like, fuck you, we're this far away from each other. I was like, rrr. Then after a couple of minutes we were just hugging and dancing around. Obviously that kind of thing's not going to happen again for a while, but you know, I had like probably one major fight when I was at secondary school, and it wasn't even a major fight. Someone just kept fucking just ragging on me like rah 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 rah. And then I just pounded him in the fucking head in the change rooms actually. And then after that, no one tested me again. It was done. All I needed was one random act of violence for people just to go, that's all right. Who's this? Habbo HD. You are Mr. Knowledge or Mr. Ignorant. Well, my friend, you need to learn how to spell first before you start asking questions. Something I can't tolerate. That's bad spelling. English is your fourth language. What's your first, second, and third? Let's go with language number one, and then we'll work our way sequentially. Sacreoli, Mandarin, and Russian. What's Sacreoli? Sounds like a Russian-Italian hybrid fucking fusion dish. Sacreoli. I ain't gonna investigate. I don't need you to tell me. This is most irregular. No. What is this?
Sacrioli doesn't exist. You type in Sacrioli and you find Sacri oil. What? Sacri. It says, did you mean Sacroli? And there's just pictures of crispy rice flour pancake things. Saracol. Official English version is Saracol. Okay, let's go on investigation of this then. Right. Did you mean Saracol? Is a mountain range on the border with Tajikistan and China. So are you from Tajikistan? You're from China. How interesting. Are you in China right now, next to the border of Tajikistan? Isn't that near where... Just have a look. China. So you're on the border. You're on the border with Tajikistan. I see. Are you using a VPN right now? Use Tajik internet. I see. This is very interesting. So, are you ethnically? What is your background? Are you ethnically Chinese or are you Tajik? So you bypass the Chinese. You're ethnic Pamiri. I'm learning all kinds of stuff today. The Pamiris are an Iranian ethnic group who are native to the Gorno-Badakhshan autonomous region of eastern Tajikistan, the Badakhshan province of northeastern Afghanistan, and Tax-Koran Tajik autonomous county in Xinjiang. God, you wouldn't want to say that when you're too fucking drunk, was it? Wikimedia Commons. Pamiris are considered Tajik by the authority in Dushanbe, but they are widely considered to constitute a separate ethnic group. So, Tashkurgan is your village. Your cousin is blonde. What, you got blonde people out there? That's fucking. This is getting crazy. You are one of the most interesting people I think I've had. Not by your personality, because I don't really know you, but just from what's your village called? Tashkurgan village. What does it say? Tashkurgan. Right, I'm looking at your village now. Ooh, it's very mountainous, I have to say. Yo, you were right out in there, aren't you? What the fuck, man? Wow. Well, you forget about these borders. So you've got the borders, so it's like Kyrgyzstan, and then Tajikistan, and then the Pakistan border, the Indian border. Like, you were right on the edge of tomorrow. I'm not sure how to fucking explain it. So you're near all the stands, basically. All the stands. It's like a Mad Libs game. It is crazy. So you're near all the stands. So Habbo, come on. What's the deal with where you live? What's it like? Tell us. From a farming family. So I don't know. I would say just from. I mean, you are in the furthest corner of China. Past, you're even further than you're further out than Tibet. What the fuck? You're way out there, man. So, what's this? We pasteurize goat milk and grow apricots. We sell produce in the closest city, Kashgar, but because of quarantine, we not have income. I see. Is quarantine not lifted where you are? Do you still have quarantine where you are? But travel to the main city is forbidden. Okay. Did you? This is all assuming you are who you say you are, of course, because we don't know. But you seem to have known enough. Do what the Afghans do: rob and kill. All right, don't be putting ideas in his head. Habbo, do you have you had many cases where you are? Have there been many deaths in your region that you know about? Not many in Xinjiang. How many is not many? Do you know numbers? Official report is less than 10. And from ethnic Han. Right. From the Hans. I see. How am I thinking? So do you can't trust Chinese numbers. Yes. How about do you believe the numbers told to you by the government? Do you believe the government? I'm talking about the Chinese government, not your local government. Why would you not? Because no one else does. That's what I'm saying. No one else believes it. General consensus of planet Earth. Do you know about the full extent of the virus's spread? You believe your own China number, but not China number? Yes. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because we have open access to information. And because we can say what we like about the government and it doesn't matter. Whereas you cannot. As I'm fully aware. I do work for the Chinese, by the way, just in case you were wondering. You can say what you want, but this is not patriotic.
Yeah, well, what's patriotism should be towards your people, not towards your government. You understand there's a difference between your government and the actual people. Not the same thing. Yeah, I don't have to swear allegiance to my prime minister, but I will swear allegiance to my people. China government work for the people. Do you know about Tiananmen Square? Have you heard about what happened in Tiananmen Square in the 1980s? Because we have, but you haven't. Yes, center of the capital. Do you know what happened in Tiananmen Square to students who were killed by tanks? Do you know about? Do you know about that? Yes, the 1989 protest. Do you know what happened? Yes. Do you know that? You know that the army killed protesters? You know that they opened fire on protesters and students and civilians and shot them dead? Did you know the British Army killed innocent Irish? Yes. We know all of this. There's nothing we don't know. We're not talking about what I know, because we know everything, pretty much. What do you know? I'm just curious, like, what you know. Do you know what happened? Do you know 10,000 people were arrested? Yes. Yes, it's true. Zema says it's facts. But what went on in Northern Ireland was was a war, basically. A war between fighting factions who were armed. Like, they killed us, we killed them. You know, Western propaganda against China. Hypocrisy to talk about China, bad. But not mention own government crime. I'm going to have to... Zena agrees with the IRA, by the way. You see this? He can agree with the IRA and it's fine. See, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Western propaganda in China. What about Chinese propaganda against the West? You can go against Chinese government action. But you have to use a VPN. But you have to use but who say you cannot? I'd say that you cannot. Do you know who Winnie the Pooh is? No, I'm being serious. You know who Winnie the Pooh is? Do you know the famous cartoon character, Winnie the Pooh? Are you familiar? It's a cartoon Western made to insult the president. I'm sorry. Do you think the cartoon was made specifically to insult your president? Do you think that's what happened? That they made this cartoon just to insult? No, who cares? I'm just asking you these questions because the image is banned in China. Is that not correct? You do not care, you live your life. We're asking questions because we don't get to speak to people that often. So, from your neck of the woods, do you know what I'm saying?
The only people I get to speak to are people who have been told to keep their mouth shut. Do you understand the concept of mass censorship? Because I work for a Chinese company, and there is mass censorship amongst that company that I work with. Constantly, they censor everything we say. You know, a British company won't do that. An American company won't do that. Majority of companies across the world would not get away with that kind of behaviour. You live in Western China by the internet. I'm not lecturing or patronising you. Don't start getting fucking defensive. It's a very Chinese thing to do as well. Get defensive. Has to be said. You're always on the defensive. Because you understand that because there's a firewall around but you're not Chinese, you're Pamiri. All right, so you don't even consider yourself to be Chinese. So why do you love the government so much? Why do you love the Chinese government if you're a proud Pamiri? I'm just asking a question. Chinese by nationality. Okay. What's the difference then? You respect your country. But you just said you're not Chinese. Yeah, well there's pretty much sussed it. The difference is I can say fuck Donald Trump, he's a dumb asshole and is ugly, and not get lined up by a group of people who said the same thing and getting shot after digging your own grave. However, if you criticise your own government, you'll definitely be shot. Yes, you describe you as an ethnic Han Chinese. I don't describe you as an ethnic Han Chinese. No, this is not true. So you can. So how about you? You can hand on your heart say you can go out and criticise the government as much as you like. You can safely say to me that you can say whatever you like and it's fine. Who tell you that you're not? Everybody I know that's been to China. Like millions of people. Because there's only so many times you could say that it's Western propaganda, so what? Everybody that's visited China is a government agent for Western powers who have been paid to lie about what they've seen and experienced. Because I don't think there's enough money out there to fucking keep that one up. Just saying. As long as you don't spread jihadi talk. But what's jihadi talk? What would you consider to be jihadi talk? That's what I want to know. As Pamiri man who live in Tajikistan and work in Tashkent, the Uyghur movement for independence is forbidden. I see. So what are they doing to the Uyghurs then? Like, what's going on there? Because it's a bit strange, isn't it? Because do you understand that in my country and in your other man in the chat's country and in the majority of countries on planet Earth, we don't have camps where we send ethnic groups to? That's sort of frowned upon by everybody. It's not considered a good thing to do. We don't re-educate people in such a manner. I'm just wondering what you had to say about that, because I'm curious about what you have to say about it.
most of the fighters are Uyghur. Pamiri people are Muslim as well. They do not go to education school because Pamiri not jihadist. They send them to school to start to radicalize them. Okay. But how many people have they sent to re-education school to de-radicalize people? And what are they being de-radicalized from? Because I understand that there's been some problems with the Uyghurs. I'm not saying like the Uyghurs haven't been up to some shit, because I've looked into it. I've seen that there's been some. That is. Right. So they're Wahhabis. I see. Well, that is interesting. So they're Wahhabis. So they follow Wahhabism like the Taliban. Like Osama bin Laden himself. Taliban followed Deobandism. Yes, but as I understand it, Wahhabism was spread. So Uyghur follow Wahhabism. Why do you not follow Wahhabism? Because it was quite prevalent in Pakistan. I don't know. I'm just looking at geographically. You're very close to Pakistan. Because you're Shias. You're Shias. So you're descended from. So you're Shias, not Sunnis. So Uyghurs are Sunnis. I do learn something every day. Right. So you're right. So you've got because you don't know that we don't know this about China. So Uyghur are a Turkish Sunni group. Pamiri are an Iranic Shia group. Yes, I can see you're of Iranian descent. It says it here. Yes, right. So the Uyghurs are Sunnis, and you're Shias. Iranian and Aryan. This is getting fucking confusing. Wait, it says here. Hang on, it says here Iranian. Land of the Aryan. So that's why you've got a cousin with blonde hair. Aha! Now it's all making sense. So German people are not Aryan. Well, there's a hell of a lot of Nazis out there that might disagree with you, my son. Hitler misused the word. Well, Hitler misused a lot of things. Come on, bro. We're going to get panicky about what Hitler did. Yes, he did misuse the word, and he also appropriated the swastika, which wasn't very nice either. Aryan is what North Indian and Iranic people call themselves. Okay, that's fair enough. All right. Well, you know, we hear Aryan and we're like, ooh. Just think of blonde, blue-eyed people, you know. Here's the appropriate word Aryan, which is Sanskrit, an ancient Iranian word. Aryan comes from Iran. Not all Aryan is blonde. Yeah, I know. We're just trying to catch a couple of jokes amongst this. Hitler misuses places that could have been fun camps but made pizzas. This conversation is descending into utter chaos. There are many ethnic groups in China. Well, yes, I know. I mean, it's a very big place. Yeah, we're all quite aware of it. But we don't hear about... you do realise there's not a lot of information gets out about what goes on in China unless it's sort of smuggled out. I just want you to be aware of these things, because, like I said, you do have a firewall. Like there's a deliberate reason why there's a firewall.
Some is true, some is exaggerated. Yeah, of course, everything is, but you still do have a firewall. You know, not many countries have a firewall. China, North Korea. It's just not a good list. That's what we're saying. This is all we're saying. It's to prevent misinformation. And what do you think about that? To prevent misinformation. Because all information from foreign sources would be misinformation. And, yeah, well, yeah, it is bullshit. So going back to your ethnic group, so you're Shias, and then you've got Sunnis. So, like, do you not have any radicalization or jihadis amongst your Shia population, amongst your people? Do you not have... Because, you know, being that Iran is a Shia nation, and they created, you know, Iran invented the suicide bomber. Yeah. Because Ismaili Shia. Iran is not Ismaili. But they're still Shia. Look, it's Shia and Sunni to me, son. Don't care about all the little offshoots of everything. Okay. 12 is Shia. Yeah. So what are your interpretations? So are you open? It is complicated. Yes, it is complicated. So are you allowed to? What about religious practices? What's the? Yeah, no, I don't care about radicalization. I mean, in terms of what the government says and allows in terms of religious practice, what are your freedoms of religious practice where you are? What are you allowed to do? So you pray and you make Ramadan. Do you have mosques? I'm just curious. You got mosques out there? You have mosques. Okay. And is there regulations on the mosques? Is there regulations on things that go on? BLS saying is going in hard now. So also a doctor said the numbers were false from China and then disappeared. All social media accounts that said we want free speech. Was to take it out. Also, misinformation is just what the government said. Yes. All right. There's regulation in big mosques in Kashgar because Saudi Arabia used to send radical teacher to Uyghur in order to fight for independence. I see. It's just like, fucking hell, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it all. So, alright, okay. This is what happens every time. It's like, I'm just going to stream for a little bit, and then I get talking to someone. I'm like, oh, this is fucking fascinating. I do not believe in Xinjiang independence because Xinjiang always under the influence of China since antiquity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zena says, at least every person on Earth can Google Operation MK Ultra and know about it, including our own citizens. This is true. And because Uyghur domination and subjugation of Pamir population is bad. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of that, Habbo, like, they're not from Xinjiang, they come from 1000 AD. All right, okay. Without going into a full-blown history lesson of the Uyghur people, I mean, just from the perspective of I mean, seeing as you do get access to the outside, you know, to the outside internet through your VPN and whatnot, like,
What information do you come across that you find curious about your country? Is there anything that you've read? Have you sought out information and gone, what's this all about? Hong Kong independence is funny for you. Well, that's our fucking country, bitch. Yo, we should have never given it back to you. Fucking, yeah, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Straight up. Hong Kong independence. Why is Hong Kong independence funny for you? They don't seem to be funny. Imagine British steal Hong Kong from trade of opium. Alright, don't get all bitter about it. We didn't steal it. We fucking claimed it. That's a big difference. Now tell me China have the right to tell China what to do. And now they tell China they have no right to tell China what to do. Well, that was hundreds of years ago. So, like, this is not true. Well, I know a lot of people in Hong Kong. Like, how many people you know from Hong Kong? My dad used to work out in Hong Kong. I know some people in Hong Kong right now. How many people do you actually know who are from Hong Kong? Right back at you. Because I could go into Hong Kong and go speak to people on the streets and talk about them. Many pro-Western Hong Konger are rich upper class. Working class are pro-Beijing. Are they? Because I know for a fact that protesters have been shipped in to Hong Kong. This has been going on for a very long time, where they've been shipping in protesters from the mainland into Hong Kong, trying to pass themselves off as Hong Kongers, but they don't even speak fucking Cantonese. I know that's been going on. There's just an overwhelming amount of evidence to support that fact. And also, a lot of the protesters that I've seen haven't looked like rich upper class Hong Kongers. Like, I'm just saying. And anyway, Hong Kong's a very rich place as well. So I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. Protester who burn Chinese flag and show off British flag is imperialist mentality. This is not good. Imperialist mentality? What do you mean by imperialist mentality? This guy, you're going to have to look at things from a two-way street here, my friend, because China's incredibly imperialist. Do you know how many countries that you've bought? Britain is imperialist. Britain was imperialist. You need to get your terminology correct. It was imperialist. China now is imperialist. How is buying the same as invading? Now you're sounding very naive. How about, no, buying is not a choice. Don't be so fucking naive. Don't be naive, my friend. That's a very silly thing to say. How about invading? When Britain invaded, that's what you used to do, because that's hundreds of years ago. That was what you did. People just invaded. In today's climate, people don't invade anymore. You go and exploit people's resources. You lend them a shitload of money, and then you grab them by the balls and turn them into slaves. Africans choose to make business with China instead of Europe because Europe make bad offer to the African people. Are you call Africans stupid? I don't know. Are you calling Africans stupid? Because you seem to be throwing them out on the streets saying that they're full of diseases. Don't think we haven't seen that shit, or is that just make-believe too? And I know exactly what you're doing in Africa, what your country's doing in Africa. Well, all the African people, all the African immigrants who are being thrown out on the streets because apparently they're full of diseases. You not seen this?
Go look it up. You know many of the Han Chinese are racist? Well, that's an understatement if ever I heard it. Yeah, but there's levels of racism, isn't there? There's levels. You know, there's saying a few jokes, and then there's actively excluding people from being in a place because of the colour of their skin. That's the difference. There's a joke about black people, and then there's kicking black people out on the streets and telling them that they can't come here and they can't go there and they can't do this and they can't do that. That's the difference. Right? One's just racist connotations, one's actual racism. Okay? You wouldn't find any Chinese people kicked out on the streets in London because of a pandemic. This does not happen. And trust me, if it happened, everyone would know about it. Because you would not be able to contain that kind of information. Because it's a free and open society with a free, open information exchange. This is the way it is. Do I have voice chat? No, I don't. No. I don't. I'm just saying. You talk with your voice chat. Practice your English. Oh no, look, I teach enough Chinese people, for goodness sake. I don't want to teach another person. You got to pay. I get paid a lot of money to do that, okay? I don't do it for free. I'm just saying, I'm being honest, I actually do get paid a lot of money to do that. So this is my time off. You know, this is an information exchange. You talk to you about your country. Well, you know, it's fine. In English. Well, now you're trying to hustle me to get some free English lessons. What you up to? God, you really are from China. What a very Chinese thing to do. Well, for someone who's learned English on their own, you've done incredibly well. I'll give props to you for your English learning. You are probably 100 times better than any of my students, unfortunately. That's no reflection on me. I think that's more of a reflection on them. I'm just putting that one out there. You do know Hong Kong has been a sovereign nation for a very long time. The only exemption is they have to ask Britain to change constitution, and they said they don't need to ask them. That's because your student is rich and lazy. I can see you're a very down-to-earth farming folk. Yes, I like you. I do like you. Yes, I mean, yes, I would say. I teach a farming kid. He's got loads of goats and shit. He got goats. He's crazy. He's absolutely nuts. So you study physics at home and you want to move to Europe. We will welcome you with open arms. Whenever that will be, no one has any idea now. So just leave that one. Go to London, bro. They'll love you. I mean, like everyone in London's always banging on about their ethnic diversity. You rock up and blow people's minds. They're going, well, I'm from Western China. I'm Palmyri, and I'm also an Aryan Iranian Palmyri. And they'll be like, what the fuck? You're what? I'm like, I'm Palmyri, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. And I'm like, whoa, you've got too much going on. You're working to save money and get a visa. Yeah. Well, yeah, America is nice if you want to move there, yes. Although it will take you about 15 years to get a visa into America. Literally, it'll be the longest. Well, yeah. I mean, even if you wanted to, it'll take you about 10 years. You're better off just getting smuggled in a van to get into America. It's just like, I think that's why so many people get into America legally. It's just too hard to get in legally. It's just like, oh, fuck it. It's like, fuck it. Even if you're an executive at a bank, it'll take you like a year to get a visa, and you'll be like, do you know what? Just smuggle me in with these Mexicans. I can't be fucked with this bullshit no more. Do you know what I mean? Just drop me, ship me in there. Who is my favourite artist? Are you talking about drawing and painting? Music? Oh, I don't have a favourite. I don't have favourites. It's like having favourite children. You can't do that. It's well out of order. There are many things that I appreciate. Yours is Ben Howard. I know someone called Ben Howard. Who's Ben Howard? Who is Ben Howard? He's a rugged-looking chap, isn't he? Benjamin John Ben Howard is an English singer-songwriter. Oh, he's English, is he? Yeah, he's not. I see. You like English culture? Oh, they're bloody well. I mean, they'll let you in with open arms with that kind of attitude. That'll be good. We'll test you on English culture. I don't even know anything about English culture. I'm fucking ignorant. Hence the title of the stream. You trying to learn English history? Test you on English culture. I mean, bloody, I don't know where to fucking start. Like, where do you start with English culture? I don't know. We've got a lot of it. It's like me trying to test you on Chinese culture. Like, or test me on Chinese culture. Like, where the fuck do you start? There's a lot of it. There's too much. I'm not the guy to be. I can test you on Central Asian culture. Well, we don't know enough about it. It's all, I mean, like, what's your real name, Mr. Knowledgeable? Let's go with Alex. That'll be right, won't it? Alex. I don't know anything about Central Asian culture. Past the Chinese Revolution. I mean, I do, you know, I watched Monkey Magic as a kid. You know what I mean? I've seen some things. I mean, there's plenty of things I could say. Yeah, so, yeah, Alex knows with an X. With an X, you spell it A-L-E-X. X. So it's not Ales. You're like, you know, the mysterious X. Like the Xinjiang. Not like Xing, or Xingping, or Xing. It's like the first time I ever saw the word xylophone, I was like, what the fuck is this all about? Oh shit, I can't do this shit one-handed, fam. Oh my days, why is this so difficult? Oh, fucking hell. Jesus. Do I have a Discord? No, I haven't actually set it up yet. People keep asking me to get a Discord going. Am I an English professor? No, I'm not a professor. Although that sounds like quite a nice title, doesn't it? I'm an English professor. Definitely get some more clout with that kind of. And I definitely have a better pay grade if I was. That's for fucking sure. I will tell you what YouTube was, because people have asked me this before. So yes, I do teach. I wouldn't consider myself to be a teacher though. I'm a man who wears many hats. There you go. What I will do, I will set up the Discord sometime. He speaks German as well. Alright, you all put him in shame. Got one man speaks 4 languages, you speak 2. I'm trying to learn Thai just to speak to my fucking girlfriend, but that's a story for another time. She's got the right hump today, anyway. Right. I'm making a note of your things. Right, so look. What I will actually do, I will actually set up the Discord this week. Because other people have asked me. I've been asked to join some weird Discord group by a guy that always used to come in the chat but has since disbanded. I was like, I ain't joining that fucking group. Something about taking down the French government. But I am going to set up the Discord. And I'll invite you both to come participate, to come join it. And then we can have an actual discussion. Although it won't go on as long as this does. I'm a busy man. But I will do that. I will do that. That's a promise. I'll get some of the other fucking wherever some of my followers have gone. Some of them have gone to ground. Some of them might be dead. Who knows what's going on with fucking people these days. Okay, Habbo. Well, it's been a pleasure. Take care. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been interesting. It's been absolutely fascinating. You're a fascinating individual. Thank you for your time. It's much appreciated. I will not forget the Palmieri people. I think they'll be the only people I can remember at this fucking ring. Does she make food that makes your exit feel like Satan has flamed your exit hole with his wang? Yes. My sense. Oh, by the way, yeah, I censored some words just for fun. I am going to change it back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why I set it up like that. Sometimes I'll censor the word the. Yeah, I wanted to censor like loads of key joining words like the, to, just to really fuck with people when they're trying to type something, just to go what, like just for the shits and giggles. So mainly, you know, to put off idiots who come in the chat, like, because it says you're a dick. Yeah, I know, man. It's just for fun. No, it's just a laugh, isn't it? Just a fucking giggle, isn't it? You know. What I should start doing is asking people their real names, and as soon as they tell me their real names, then I'll put their real names in as a censored word, and then I'll say, what did you say? Hey man, I appreciate it. You're a chill guy too. As far as I know. Well, you're welcome to. If anyone ever gets to leave the house. I'm in Vietnam though, so I think we're having our restrictions lifted on Thursday allegedly, because they just keep turning it on and off. They're doing it sporadically. But God knows when you're going to be outside. Fuck knows. Who fucking knows? I know as hell I ain't setting foot in the UK, that's for sure. Fucking disease town. I can fuck right off. I think it's going to reach a stage where in America and the UK are number one with this thing. Who would have thought it? I don't think anyone predicted that at the beginning. I fucking certainly didn't. Shit, it's fucked, isn't it? Did not see that one coming. I mean, I saw something coming, but I didn't quite see that. Oh yeah, you're a medic. Yeah, you're a key worker. You can do what the fuck you want. You're the only person. You're one of the only people that's allowed outside. I think that's why the NHS in UK, when they asked for, they wanted 150,000 volunteers to work for the NHS, and like 170,000 people put their names forward within a few hours. I think it was people just going, that means I can go to the supermarket more often. I think that was all about self-preservation. I think they were like, oh yeah, I can go outside for more than an hour. Sign me up. And no, they're probably all infected. But yeah, this phone's gonna run out.
I got to go to the flip side. I've actually got to get up early. I've got the cleaning lady coming in at fucking dickhead o'clock. I can walk around with my wang out. I can tell people to admire it. That's like, yeah, I think health workers are going to be the new rock stars. That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, all celebrities have just completely exposed themselves as being massive dickheads, and now everyone's sort of championing the health services now. So yeah, I think you're the new fucking rock stars. About fucking time, innit? Do you know what I mean? I will, bro. I will. Come check out later. I'll be streaming again on Thursday. I'll be back on Thursday. I don't do Wednesdays no more. Wednesday's my day off. But yeah, I'll set up the Discord by the end of the week and we'll get some interesting shit going. See how many lunatics we can pile into that thing and see how it goes. Off the next far and Ferrari. Rockstar, I want to do coke like a rock star of the 1980s. Ferrari. Just fucking doing cocaine off a fucking Nissan Micro wouldn't be too bad right now in this fucking situation. But yo, BLS, I'm out of here. It's been a pleasure. You take care of yourself, but you know, you got to take care of yourself more because you got to take care of other people. You're like one of the more important human beings on planet Earth right now. So, you know, go steady. I'll see you on the flip side. I'm out of here like I stole something, which is your hearts. And all right, fuck out. Good night. Remember, stay strong. Stay strong, and Winnie the Pooh can go suck a dick. That's what I say.